over Benson. Bro, new chain, don't mention. Don't know why the haters crave it. Tell you where the gun. Where you from? Shake your bum, shake your bum.
What's good, my licky me? Welcome back to another lovely, beautiful, sexy, amazing video of the equally lovely, equally beautiful, equally sexy, and equally amazing lit. I already know what time it is. Now let's go. Now, oh boy, it looks like Twitter has really upset Tion Wayne today, as he went on a whole rant after the reactions to his new song came in, and they weren't looking good, bruv. And we're gonna break this down in way more detail, but already know what you gotta do. You just gotta like, comment, subscribe, so you're up to date, and drop a banger like this one, and hit that note, because you're in it, so you can be the first to know when one of these videos comes out. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, if you didn't already know, Tion Wayne dropped a trailer for his new song with M24, which comes out tomorrow.
You been Piccadilly with a gun? Where you from? Shake your bum, shake your bum.
You're taking a piss. Please leave.
And you know, I won't lie, the song sounded kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't sound terrible, but it also didn't sound groundbreaking. It sounded like typical Tion Wayne. However, it seems that the internet has had enough of typical Tion Wayne and his typical drill escapades, as everyone and their mum took their turns to doo-doo all over this Tion Wayne preview. And I'd just like us to quickly take a look at some of my favorites.
Let's watch my favorite part again, shall we?
This guy is pants. That's all bio. I think I've heard this song for 4 years straight now. This is my favorite. Video vixens keep getting better whilst Tion becomes worse.
TMT the disrespect.
Was it? Ain't laughed this hard in a while. Thank you, Mr. Tion. I needed this. Someone said, when's Young Bane back?
Bonkers.
So yeah, as you can see, people were not happy and are frankly tired of Tion Wayne on drill. But of course, Tion Wayne was not gonna let this disrespect slide, as he hopped on Twitter and went on an all-out revolt against the haters. He said, and I quote, "I see Twitter dissing someone's best performing song on their album the other day. That should be THEIR. Come on, Tion, you're better than that. You lot are useless. You made me think Corbyn would win."
What'd you say?
Not sure what that has to do with anything, but all right. And then someone said, "There's a huge market for Afrobeats right now. I get you're trying to get your bread up, but if you can make as much bread, if not more, if you drop an Afroswing/Afrobeats then drill and still give what the fans want." Yeah, that guy needs to work on his spelling and grammar as well, I'll be real. And then Tion Wayne said, "Lol, I'ma do both. No one in the UK is big from Afrobeats. Next." Now, I did have to sit there and ponder that for a minute, and I can't lie, Tion's kind of right. The only person I could really put in that realm is J Hus, but J Hus doesn't strictly do the Afrobeats thing. He's a bit diversified in the type of music he drops as well. So if Tion's talking about strictly Afrobeats or Afroswing, then yeah, he's right. And then someone said, "Bro, how you doing Afrobeat dirty like that? He went gold in multiple countries with Drogba." Which is true. But Tion said, "That's bro, but even the UK didn't make that song big for him. He had to cut. Useless." And I'm not gonna lie, I have to agree with Tion Wayne again on that one. Drogba did not become the global smash it did until Afrobeat started trying to market it in other countries. Don't get me wrong, it was big in the UK for sure, but definitely not as big as it could have been, you know, without that global support. Now, this next tweet is where Tion Wayne has really rattled a lot of people, because he said, and I quote, "I made Amen, Who's True, Let's Go, all these songs recently that are not drill. Twitter still hype up Afroswing. Honestly, what did the Afroswing era get from it? All I see is depression, missing persons, and boxers. Leave me to do different sounds for different people unless you're gonna pay me." Honestly, the spelling and grammar there is absolutely atrocious, but we'll ignore that for the moment in time.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
But as harsh as this sounds, I really hate to say it, but Tion's right. I mean, if we take a look at some of the biggest Afro swing hitters, where are they now?
I don't know.
Look at Kojo Funds. He's disappeared off the face of the planet. He might literally be hiding with Amelia Monet, I'm not gonna lie. When's the last time you heard a Kojo Funds song? Like, he's gone. Look at Notes. I mean, he didn't leave a note to where he's gone, that's for sure. When's the last time you heard a Notes song in the chart? In fact, the last time I saw Notes, he was getting smoked in a basketball match by Rambo Is Talking, and he was left on the floor looking like a dehydrated camel.
I'm sorry.
I could keep going. If we look at young Bane, I mean, might as well be Bane from Batman with the mask on his face, because he ain't been in the studio making any music.
No one can stop me, not even Batman.
Cap.
Hardy Caprio and One Asin, they used to be the dynamic duo making the Afro swing bangers summer after summer. Last I heard of Hardy Caprio, he was having disputes with his label and about them not paying him his royalty fees and things of that nature. And One Asin, well, I ain't heard nothing from him in a very long time, I'm not gonna lie. And the more I go down this list, the more right Tion Wayne becomes. Of course, he mentioned boxers as well, which is obviously talking about Swarms, who again, another hard hitter in the Afro swing genre, and it looked like even he saw that he wasn't lucrative anymore, and he just fully switched into doing boxing. And I'd like to point out that these were all people who were once at the top of their game in the UK, charting consistently, getting tens of millions of views on YouTube, and some were even getting platinum and multi-platinum hits. And look at them now, they're just names on a list that probably some people don't even remember.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, the Afro swing Tion Wayne was a vibe and was popping, but the drill Tion Wayne is what propelled him into global stardom and got him a #1 on the UK charts. And I hate to say it, but as big as Afro swing was at one point in the UK, I don't believe any of those tunes ever went to #1. I think the closest was Rams Barking that went to #2. Another person who we haven't seen or heard from in a very long time. In fact, go watch the video I made if you want to know what happened to Rams. And I think another thing that people have to remember is that you, the consumer, are in control. It's no use going telling these artists, we want you to make this, we want you to make this. No, you are in control. If you don't want Tion Wayne to make drill anymore, then stop supporting his drill song. He's made it clear in these tweets that drill is where the money's at. So if you want to hurt his pockets, that's the only way he's going to listen to you, is if you hurt his pockets. So if you stop making the drill songs profitable and start making the Afro swing songs profitable, then maybe, just maybe, Tion will have a change of heart. Tion then continued and said, how many Afro swing artists are millionaires or have something to show from it apart from your bring it back tweets? Let me do both and actually enjoy my life. Oh, if you lot actually gave a F, I would have dropped Keisha and Becky and never went back. Which is technically true, because I do remember when Keisha and Becky first dropped, Tion said it would be the only drill tune that he was jumping on. But of course that song blew up like crazy and he saw how lucrative drill was for him, and you know, then the rest was history essentially. And then I think someone also mentioned NSG as an example of African acts that are still thriving in the UK, and Tion said that they're not thriving because of the UK, which again, I mean, when's the last time you heard an NSG tune that was doing the same numbers or the same impact that Options and OT Bop and Yo Darling and all that was doing prior when Afro swing was popping? You're not really hearing tunes from them that are popping like that anymore. They might be popping in other countries, but in the UK, they ain't really giving NSG the love that they were back in the day. Now, in my personal opinion, I do hear both sides. Tion Wayne's core fan base was built up from him doing Afro swing type of songs. That was his lane for a very long time, and he thrived in that lane. But unfortunately, the music landscape has changed, and it's survival of the fittest. If you don't adapt, you will die. And I hate to say it, but the people like Notes, Hardy Caprio, Swarms, Young Bane, they are the people who didn't know how to adapt to this new drill sound, and as such, they got left behind. There's only certain artists like the Daves, the J Husses, the DBEs, that despite the landscape of music, they've built up such a name for themselves and such a fan base that they can stay true to their authentic sound that blew them up in the first place without having to, you know, adapt that much. But even then, they've still adapted slightly. Dave collabing with Central C, a drill artist. DBE collabing with Centr on Overseas. J Hus making a drill tune with C Biz. Like they still dip their toe into the adapting a little bit, because you can't even be fully in your own lane. I'd say DBE is probably the most that stayed in their own lane despite the landscape of music changing. But yeah, as I said, if you want Tion Wayne to make Afro swing tunes, then start supporting them, because the views he's getting on those Afro swing songs are nowhere near the views he's getting on those drill songs. So there's clearly a disconnect there. You lot are all talk and no action, man. But in the words of Heady One,
it's a bit of a sticky one still.
But let me know if you think about this in the comment section down below. What do you think about this whole dilemma that Tion Wayne is going through at the moment, where people are saying that his drill tunes are not hitting like they were? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subs. You already know what time it is. You can follow my personal IG at theonlylitt. If you care about what I do, I'm not making these bangers for you. I post updates on Twitter as well, so you might as well follow me on there, because what else in you of your life? Absolutely nothing, mate. Stay black, and if you're not black, stay whatever race you are. I bet.
Oh, you ain't know I could sing?